What is going on, YouTube Nation? This is Dividend. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Mike laughing, I'm choking on my coffee. So I got a big exam tomorrow, and I definitely wanted to post this video to take a break from studying. And I've been messing around with the noise suppression in my OBS studio. I am planning on getting a wireless headset because this is driving me nuts. I mean, this ringing that I'm doing with these videos. Probably will get a microphone too. I'm just going to look into a few things to mess around with these settings. So let me know what you think of these settings as well. But I bought RYLD, QYLD. What about XYLD? I really didn't talk about XYLD, and I'm going to show you why I bought this high dividend ETF. This is by Global X. I'm also going to show the other two ETFs, QYLD and RYLD, and what my future plans are with XYLD. So again, if you are new to this channel, make sure you smash that like button. We are almost at 4,600 subscribers strong. Again, I appreciate you guys being patient. I'm trying to mess around with my settings, with my headset, while things start rolling. You guys are rolling with your dividend portfolio. I'm rolling with my dividend portfolio. Made it to 20,000. Thank you guys for being so, awesome on this channel. I also have an affiliate link in the bottom if you are interested in signing up with M1 Finance. We both get $30. So you sign up, that's basically an AT&T stock. That's basically a QYLD or an RYLD stock pretty much too. You get a free one for signing up. So that's $30. But let's check out this video right now. So we got ourselves a Global X S&P 500 covered call ETF. Now this is a covered call. Okay, this is a very good ETF that basically does cover call options with this exchange traded fund. So this is not a stock where it's going to outbid or destroy the S&P. This is strictly for income. Okay, so this is a income ETF. I'll show you the history of it and why it's such a great dividend stock or ETF. I'll show you how it's doing against QYLD and RYLD real quick. So these two stocks are like pretty much neck and neck. So they're not going to beat the S&P. So this is more of a dividend stock. So anytime you invest in exchange traded funds, I always tell people, see what Morningstar says. You got to know what's inside the ETF. You got to know what the expense ratio is. You got to know what's in it for yourself. I mean, are you going to invest this for income? Are you going to invest this for growth? What is going on? Okay, that's the big question that everybody asks when they invest in these covered call ETFs. So let's check out the stock real quick. Let's see what's inside the Global X S&P 500 covered call ETF. Let's first go to the Global X website. So I'm on their website right now, and Global X S&P 500 covered call ETF follows a covered call buy right strategy in which the fund buys stocks in the S&P and writes or sells corresponding call options on the same index. So the S&P XYLD, basically covered call ETF, seeks to provide investment results that correspond generally to the price and yield performance before fees and expenses of the buy right index. So the expense ratio is 0.60%, not bad. 8.12% monthly distribution of dividend yields. This is what I like about this right here. So these bottom three things. So it tells you why, okay? It generates income through covered call writing, which historically produces higher yields in periods of volatility. XYLD has made monthly distributions in more than 7 years running. XYLD writes call options in the S&P index, saving investors time and potential expense of doing so individually. I mean, doing covered calls, it's a huge risk. So, I mean, it can blow up in your face. You can make a crap load of money, but I just don't have time to make, decisive moves. So these guys are income ETFs. So there's a few things about these that it looks at, okay? So we're going to look at the full holdings because that's important. I want to know what I'm getting myself into if I'm investing in a covered call ETF. So we have Apple, okay, it's about 5%. Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, Google, Berkshire B, JP Morgan, Tesla, Johnson Johnson, okay, Visa. They got some good ones. Procter and Gamble, Bank of America, Discovery, or not Discovery, Disney. I'm sorry. Um, Exxon, Verizon, which I own, Costco, Netflix, Pfizer, Coca-Cola, AT&T, uh, Chevron. So they got some decent ones that are pretty good. So they got Lowe's. I just heard the news about Lowe's increasing in dividends. You guys hear that? So they got a pretty good distribution of these. This is what I like. These probably these top 10 are what I really like right in here because these guys normally increase their price per share. They're in demand. They are excellent for cover calls if you know what you're doing. So people, I have met some people that are excellent with cover calls that have made a ton of money cover calls. And these are some of the stocks that they have done. Like these are the big ones right here, especially this one. Okay. It's just very nice for investors that just don't have the time to do it. So that's why I invested in XYLD. So that's one thing when you have to know what you're getting yourself into before you make decisions on buying certain stocks. I'm going to show you how it looks on Morningstar because, I mean, like I said before, you got to know the expense ratio. Is the expense ratio high? 0.6, that's not bad. What stocks are in the covered call ETF? Anytime you have an ETF, you got to know what's in it, okay? You got to know why and what's in it because if you don't know what's in it and you invest in it, because I'm going to give you an example. I used to do SPHD. Some of those stocks I could just individually buy and they're increasing their dividends and I'm doing well. And, you know, they're cheaper than SPHD. So in the long run, they're increasing the dividends. And they're actually giving off better dividends. This one's consistent, okay? It's not going to increase its dividend, but these are really good stocks to keep this. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but this keeps these guys in good shape. I really do think these stocks, maybe the top 20, I'll just go over these ones, top to bottom. These ones are really good stocks. I mean, you got PayPal and Comcast. I mean, Adobe. I mean, those are some heavy hitters. Okay, so I can't complain about these stocks, and I always wanted to invest some of these stocks. They're involved with this covered call ETF option, which is great because, you know, Amazon doesn't distribute a dividend. Facebook doesn't distribute a dividend. eBay recently did, but Amazon doesn't. So investing in these guys is, in my opinion, this is why I bought it. This is a good option, okay? And don't forget Disney is going to be back as well. So let's check out what Morningstar says. Okay, so it's 3 stars, okay? It's not bad. You know, at least you got to see what you're getting yourself into. Morningstar is very picky with their ratings. So that's one thing that I really like about XYLD. It's still 3-star, okay? It's not going to jump up. It's not going to jump down. So, you know, it's not going to be like Noble. It's not going to be like some of the other ones. NOBL is a symbol. It's not going to be like some of those exchange traded funds that are going to grow and increase their dividend over time. Because I'm going to show you its dividend history real quick. So XYLD has a dividend yield ranging from, let's just say, just to be safe, 21 cents to 30 cents. Sometimes it hits 40, sometimes it doesn't. But you got a good bang for your buck with this one. So at $48.51, you have an 8% dividend yield. Sure, it's not doing well against the S&P. Sure, Morningstar says this and that. But again, this is a dividend stock, ETF. I'm sorry, dividend ETF that distributes a very good dividend for income. So again, you're in this ETF for income. Now I'm going to jump to QYLD's dividend history. So QYLD kind of is a little bit of a scatterbomb too. It is ranging right around, let's just say 18 cents to 22, just to be on the safe side with 11.92% dividend yield. Covered call ETF, good monthly dividend ETF. Again, I have XYLD, I have QYLD. I'm going to jump to RYLD, but again, these 3 are specialized with certain, you know, like one, you know, this is the NASDAQ. RYLD is the Russell, and XYLD is the S&P. So you have three, you got the trifecta of three covered call ETFs. I'm going to jump to RYLD right now. So RYLD is one of the newer ones that I just added on my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. So this one ranges, let's just be safe, from 16 cents to, I'll just say 22. Okay, it's a brand new stock. Well, I'm sorry, it's a brand new ETF. It is, it's Morningstar hasn't even rated it because it's a little bit newer. But you get a good bang for your buck for these three, and that's one of the reasons why I bought these three, is because they're each in different. One of them's doing the Russell, like this one. The other's doing the S&P, XYLD, and then QYLD is doing the Nasdaq. So we're attacking all three of those. We're getting monthly dividends. And I just like what I see with these. I'm going to continue to reinvest in dividends. I'm going to be long in these. It would have to be something that would be really crazy to significantly change things. But again, these three are for income. Now, I actually considered making a Roth IRA on M1 Finance and actually adding either RYLD, QYLD, and XYLD in a little piece of the pie, and then start adding Vanguard VOO, Vanguard VTI, and a few other things to the pie, because these guys are much better than a bond. I mean, they're going to, you're getting a good bang for your buck, 22, 23, 24. And then those can keep on putting money into, VTI, VOO, VGT and stuff. So it's not a bet, nothing, with a traditional Roth IRA, it's still not going to hurt you. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but that's one strategy you can do with QYLD, RYLD, or XYLD, is have it there, because on Acorns they have those bonds, but these guys yield a pretty good amount of dividends, and the more you get in these things, the more they can buy with other stocks like VOO or VTI, at least, because those things will grow. I mean, VOO and VTI are really good. So that's just one strategy that I considered also doing with these stocks. So let me know what you think of this video. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Let me know how the sound is. Let me know what you think of XYLD. Again, smash that like button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss future videos. I'm going to try to make a video tomorrow, and wish me luck in my exam. You guys take care.